installed to commemorate that, something like that. Then there are some synonyms: celebrate, remember, honor, recognize. These are some of the synonyms for the word commemorate. Please use commemorate at every opportunity that you can get. And I invite all the members to applaud whenever a speaker uses the word of the day. Thank you. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, DTM Ashok Kumar. I think we are all set for action now. With this, I'll pass it over to Toastmaster of the day, TM Anthony.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Divya. Now let's move on to the prepared speech session. So today we have only one prepared speech, and it is going to be given by Toastmaster Raju Rao. So Toastmaster Raju Rao is a writer, speaker, entrepreneur. He loves music, loves listening to music, and he loves cooking. And he said that he's going to present an online worldwide webinar on circular economy, which is related to sustainable development and which is related to the theme of the day. And I'm hoping for it, and we all hoping for it, and we all wish you all the best. And right now, all the best for your speech right now. Over to you, Toastmaster Raju Rao. You're on mute.
So you're on.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Okay. Yes, now.
Thank you. So thank you very much for the nice introduction. Toastmaster of the day. I'm going to talk about today titles, prefixes and suffixes. Now, what are they? They're the usual titles we use: Mr., Mrs., Doctor, Thiru, Shri, TM, DTM, sometimes suffix as ESQ, Esquire. Those are all the things. That's what I mean by titles, suffixes and prefixes. The key question that we are going to ask is, do we require it? And if we do, are we using it appropriately? So in the next 7 minutes, I'm going to dwell on that. This is some topic which is of interest to all members, all of us. So let's first understand, why do we have titles? Why do we have titles? It's a mark of respect. We are trying to show some respect. Okay? It's called honorific title. The word is honorific is used, and that is one way of showing respect. Okay? Different ways are there in different countries and different societies. But let me talk to you about what Toastmaster feels. We have, it is one of the core values of Toastmaster, respect is one of them. And what does Toastmaster International President 2016, Jim Kokoki, how does he understand it? I will read it verbatim from what he has mentioned. Respect is understanding that each member is a person with his or her own skills and abilities, goals and ambitions, strengths and weaknesses. This is how a member should treat another member. And for leaders means I'm talking about people like those in the XCOM, we should also realize that also each member is developing at his or her own pace. Some need a gentle push, others need space to develop. So that's respect. Now tell me, by using these titles, prefixes or suffixes, how does this particular core value help? This is a question that we need to ask. Are they related? You may have a situation, whether you use it or not, this particular respect that we are supposed to use as a core value may be unaffected. Okay, that is one. But let's look at the culture point of view also. What do we understand by culture? Olden days. In olden days, if you have a Raja in South India, before he comes in, there's a long list of prefixes attached to that person. He's announced that he is coming. Such a long thing enough to be a table topic. And then the person comes. Same case happens in North also. If you see one of the movies, either in the southern movies or the movies in the Mughal era, you'll find that. Let's look at doctors. The entire hospital is filled with doctors, but each other will be calling themselves doctors. Right? And the politicians, especially politicians, like to call themselves doctor, though they may not even pass college. They don't have a degree, but yes, they would like to get honorary degree and call themselves doctor. So this penchant or fascination for titles is there with all of us. We have to agree. So the culture thing also. Okay, the Brits left it for us. They did not have it now, but we continue to have it. They have got over it, I think, but we continue to have it. There's a culture thing. Let's see what happens in Toastmasters. In Toastmasters, how do they do it around the world? Now, I did a little bit of research on that. This is also a result of my visit to the US when I visited a few clubs. And to my surprise, I found nobody using TM there. TM is not there in the agenda. Nobody calls each other Toastmaster. Okay, they call them by the names, and I'm wondering what's happening. Okay, something which I'm not used to. Then I did a survey now to find out what is the situation in America. They don't use it. Europe, they don't use it. Some of the other countries also do not use it. What is where it is used is in the subcontinent. The subcontinent, we have India, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, and of course the Gulf. In the Gulf also you'll find it being used because a lot of Toastmasters in the Gulf are Indians. Okay, so it's again something related to the way we look at things. We like to use a prefix, we like to use a suffix. So my submission to you is that what is the need for that? Now let me tell you the disadvantage, advantage of not having it. Okay, suppose we call each other by names. According to me, we are able to relate to each other in a more easy way. I know DTM Ashok and DTM Madhur Sridhar over last 4 years. They're very good friends of mine, professional colleagues. I like to call them Ashok Kumar and Madhur Sridhar. But this DTM puts a barrier with me. You know, there's a barrier. It creates a barrier for me. The personal touch is missing. So similarly, according to me, if you do not have all this, you will be better connected with people. The personal connect will improve. This is my humble opinion. I am a HO. Okay. So here are the suggestions that I have. First of all, in agenda, do not use the word TM as a prefix or DTM as a prefix. Okay. However, when you want to talk to somebody or refer to somebody, you may call them a Toastmaster, not TM, the full word Toastmaster, but definitely not DTM, because DTM is an educational qualification. It used to come after it. Usually you will find in all the places, at least everywhere in the brochures or even the Toastmasters website, you find comma DTM. There's no DTM so and so something. It's always some name, comma DTM. Okay? So that is what I think we should follow. Of course, we have to be mindful of the culture. Let's follow the culture. Let's address each other the way we're comfortable. We can call somebody sir, we can call somebody G, we can call somebody ma'am, we can call amma, ayya, all that is fine. Okay, we do follow it. But can we not overdo that part? That's my area of hope. So concluding, I think we have to understand there is a culture involved. That's why some parts of the world are not doing it, some parts of the world are doing it. Okay, we appreciate that. But within that, can we do something which will help us communicate better? Something which is more relevant and is not superfluous. Over to Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rajarao. So I would like to apologize on my part that I have missed to call out the evaluator before the prepared speaker gives out a speech. So on that aspect, I'm just going to share a video which then the evaluator Srividya had shared with me. So the video is here. So that is a little Toastmaster. It's going to be a Toastmaster. Srividya's daughter Sahasra. So with this, let us commemorate our little kid Sahasra, and let us also close the tap water every time. And now we are going to get into the most interesting part of the session, which is the table topic session, because anyone can get called out. That's why it's called most interesting part of the session. And this is going to be conducted by Toastmaster Jayakanthan. So Toastmaster Jayakanthan is the current president of the Emerging Leaders Toastmaster Club, the charter member,